Learning how to swing the kettlebell is easy. Anyone can do it. And if you do it incorrectly or learn wrong, you risk injuring your back, your hips, your knees, or other injuries. So pay attention here. This is important. Today I'm going to show you my 5-step system to doing perfect, safe, and powerful kettlebell swings every time so that you can get stronger, burn fat, get fit, and do it the right way. All right, let's start with step number 1. Step number 1 is the setup. You have to set up correctly. That's why it's number 1. If you don't set up correctly with the kettlebell swing, you're not going to be able to swing it right from the very start. So setup is key. All right, I'm going to show you how to set up right now, and we're going to go through it. So the kettlebell swing setup should be your space. Step 1 is space away from the bell. You want your feet about a foot space away. Well, you want foot space away from the bell, so use your foot as your measuring stick. So foot, about a foot to a foot and a half. It depends on your frame. So foot and a half. You want to have this distance between you and the kettlebell. If you're too far close or too up close, you don't have the hike back. You can't swing it that way. You don't have any momentum, okay? So you have to have that foot space. If you're too far back, you're way over here, and you're trying to reach the bell, I can already feel my back's not going to like that when I hike that bell back. All right, that's why it's important to have that foot space away from the bell, okay? The next part of the setup is after you have your foot space away from the bell, your feet, you want them to be about shoulder width apart, okay? So the reason is you want to have the distance in between your legs here from the back swing of the kettlebell. You have to have enough space, not too much, not too narrow, okay? A great way to find out if you're in the right position is stand foot space away. And second check is your forearms should be, as you come into that back swing, they should be in your mid inner thigh. If they're below, if they're closer to the knee, your feet are too narrow. If you're way up here towards your crotch area, you're way too wide, okay? So foot space away. And then second check is forearms right by the inner thigh here, okay? Next part is going to be something that I've been doing for a while now that I learned from a strong first instructor, and that's embracing your core. And as I was learning to do kettlebell swings, I learned that how important core embracing is, and that might be a reason that maybe you've had some injuries before, but if you don't have your abs engaged, your back's taking the load. Your back's taking that load. You want to have your abs braced because if you think about it, you have a moving weight and it's coming down. That load has to transfer somewhere. If you don't have your abs engaged and braced, it's generally going to go to your lower back. And especially once we get to my fourth step, if you don't load on the back, right, it's definitely going to go to your back, all right? So we'll get to that in a minute. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to talk about the timing of the bell on the way down, okay? So back to bracing your core. You want your abs to be engaged. How do you do that? So what I like to do, this is my third step of the setup. After your foot space away, you want to pretend you're doing a crunch. You engage your core. All right, you want your abs braced. You can feel like you're ready to take a punch or your abs are braced. If you don't feel your abs engaged when you do that, okay, here's my top tip. Do a low plank hold position for about 15 seconds. Get onto your forearms here. And then engage, tight squeeze. Squeeze your abs, engaging your abs, locking your knees down, quads, legs, pulling your elbows to your hips there. Hold that low plank position, okay, for 15, 20 seconds until you feel your abs start to really engage. And then you shake it out and then you go back and you start to engage again, okay? So once your abs are engaged, all right, your foot spaced away from that bell. You're about shoulder width apart. Your abs are engaged. Then we go to our next step of the setup system, which is important that a lot of people miss, is the hike back. If you don't hike the bell back correctly, your swing is done from the beginning. You cannot get a good swing if you don't have a good hike back. What does that mean? So the hike back is the bell goes from here to behind you. You want that bell going right behind you all the way back to where you can see it. Okay, so as you look behind me, you're going to see the bell come all the way behind me. That's how I know I'm loaded. You've loaded the bell all the way behind you enough to where you can transfer energy into the actual swing. Okay, so this is how that looks. So Again, foot spaced away, shoulder width apart, abs engaged, hip hinge. So I hinge down. Okay, that's part of the hike back. You want to get into that proper hinge position. Okay, so hinge, butt back, hips back. Not squat down. It's hinge down. Okay, and then from here you grab the handle, and this is the important part here with the hike back. This is a key tip. You want to do this. This is going to help you hike it back better and successfully. You want to engage your lat muscles, these big back muscles here. How do you do that? Well, you grab the bell here, you pretend like you're going to break the bell apart. That's going to drive your shoulders down. You're going to feel your lats here engage, okay? Then you have actual muscles that can hike the bell back, okay? If you're just trying to slide it back, you're not going to have the power and the strength that you could have if you engage your lats, okay? So hike back, or hinge down, I mean. Break the bell apart, and then right before you do it, you got to focus on your air, your breathing. So you want your breathing to be, because remember, you just braced your abs, and now you want to hike that bell back. So you want to keep that braced abs, your ab core, because you need that on the swing. So you want to breathe in enough air, not so much that you relax your abs, but just enough that you can get your air in and be able to swing the bell. So break the bell apart, and then abs are still engaged. Air into the nose, hold, and you hike it back. Okay, as you can see, the bell comes right behind me. Hike it back, all the way back, okay? Right behind me. Because then from there, once I hike it back, I can stand up tall, just like this. Okay? Then you can do the swing of the bell, okay? That's the next step, is stand up fast and tall and explosively. That's how you swing, get a good swing. And an effective swing is stand up fast as you can, instantly. So fast that the ball goes from behind you to swinging forward. But you have to keep your abs engaged. And as you stand up tall, you want to finish the top of the swing by locking out. So what does that mean? You're a high plank position at the top. So your knees lock, your quads fire, your glutes fire. You're in a high plank position, standing plank position. So it's just like a plank on the ground, just like that. You have your abs engaged, everything here, but you're stand up tall. That's how you stand up tall. That's the position you want to hold as the bell comes up. Okay, if you stand up tall and explosively and incorporate your breathing outward with a hissed, it's going to sound like a hiss. It's like, so, because you want your glutes, your abs, everything firing forward. As you do that, the bell's going to come up and swing as it's supposed to. Okay? And it's going to shoot up and go into the position that you want it to. Breathing is key. Remember, power breathe. That's a power breath, okay? And as the bell comes up, this is when we go to the fourth step, which is the float, the kettlebell float. The reason I put that in there is, if you don't allow yourself to just let the bell float, then we tend to do things with our arms. Then you're going to want to lift the bell up or do something that involves your arms or your shoulders, when the kettlebell swing is not a shoulder and arm movement. You're holding the bell with your hands, which translates to your arms, but it's floating. You did all your power back here on the swing, it's floating up. It should be just floating up. That's why let it float is number 4. You want to just let the bell float. Let it come up. Okay? It should come about eye level, and then you've put enough power into it that you got the bell up to here. It may come to here. You don't want it coming to here. We're not doing an American swing, okay? We're not going all the way overhead. That's another video for another time. You want to be explosive, let the bell float, okay? Right to eye level. And then, this is where that tip I told you to stick around for, on the breathing and the timing and the hinging on the way down. That's right now as we go into step number 5. Let's call this 4B. I want to throw this in because it's important. And I want to make sure it's included with the air in the nose, but it's remembering to wait for the ball. Be patient. If you don't wait for the ball, that can lead to back injury. This is how. okay? So as the bell comes down, remember you have all that force coming down. You have that weight coming down that has to translate somewhere. If you have your abs engaged and braced, good. That's step one. Step two is waiting. If you hinge too soon, this is what happens. The bell comes too soon, you're hinging too soon, that force is going down, 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 down. And if it goes below your knees, that load's going to transfer to your lower back instead of your hips, your glutes, all this power area, your core area where you want it to. Okay, I'll show you what that looks like with the lighter bell. Never want to demonstrate a kettlebell swing incorrectly with a heavy bell. So I am going to grab, you know what, that's even too heavy. So I'm going to grab my bell here. Okay, it's a 12 kilo bell. For me, it's light. So when you're doing a swing, this is what you do not want to do. Do not do this. So as it comes up, swing it, you come that way, and you, and then you just kind of chase it and let it, you come back like that. I see a lot of people do this at the gym, and then they wonder why they have back pain, until I go in and tell them just to switch that little thing. Just be patient, wait for the bell a little bit, time it, and the back pain starts to minimize, and then it goes away because they do the swing correctly. So remember, timing is everything on the back down part of the swing. Okay, so this is how you should do it. So as you go into the swing on the way down, you want that timing. This is where you're patient. This is where you did all the work. You're in the high plank, your abs are engaged, your glutes are engaged. You have a strong position. You're letting that bell float. Holding the bell firmly, but not squeezing the heck out of it, because that's gonna make you want to, activate your forearms and your upper arms. You just want to let it float, let it come down, let gravity pull it down. As the bell starts to come down, that's where the fifth step is important. You want to breathe some more into the air into your nose, because you've exhaled, air is coming down, and if you're doing multiple swings, especially, even if you're not, you want to bring that bell down, let it float down, breathe in that air in through your nose, either one or two breaths through the nose, not through the mouth. Why is that? Because when you do that, your abs relax. And what have we been trying to do the whole time? Keep your abs tight and braced, right? So you want to keep that core engagement by breathing in just enough air on the way down to where, okay, you have some air and you can hold it. Your abs are braced, and then you just let it float. This is where that timing I just talked about comes in. This is where most people want to hinge, right here, about halfway. And they go too low, and they hurt their back. What I am telling you to do is wait just a little bit longer, a split second longer, because the bell's coming down, okay? It's going to come down from this position into this position. That's a split second. If you wait that split second, then the bell's going to come loaded into, remember I told you above the knees position. It's going to load your glutes, it's going to load your core, it's going to load your hips. That's what you want. It's just that split second change of, oh, you want to hinge now? Wait a second longer, let it come down. You'll know you're ready to hinge when your forearms are starting to touch your sides here, side of your obliques. It's going to be right here, forearms start to touch, then you hinge down. You load it, and then you redo the swing. Or you do a dead stop swing, which is setting the bell down and then repeating the swing, okay? So I'll show you two options there. Those are my 5 steps, but I want you to, this is how it looks all together, okay? This is how your swing should look, okay? So, and it's simple. It might seem like a lot now, but once you start to incorporate these, just this setup, this process, then you can have it down. It'll become automatic, and you'll be able to do strong, powerful, safe swings every single time, all right? And I do the same thing, all right? This is what I do. All right, swing time, put space away, all right? Hip width apart with my legs. I'm going to do it from the side so you can see me. Or actually, I'll do it from an angle here. So foot space away, come to the side here, okay. And then this is what I do, just like I told you, engage your core, right? All right, abs are engaged, then I hinge it down. All right, make sure I clarify, do I have enough space between my legs? Are they too close? Are they too wide? If you set about shoulder width apart, you're going to be fine, but the second check, I just put my arms here, okay, on the back swing, on my forearms on my inner thigh, midway between my inner thigh, okay? Check. Okay, hinge here. And this is when you grab the bell, tilt it back. Remember, break the handle apart, lats are engaged. And then this is where the air comes in. Abs engaged, stay braced, air in, hike back, stand up tall. Okay, you can reset. Reset. Okay, that's a dead stop swing. That's doing one swing at a time, one up at a time, resetting. That's what I suggest. If you're newer to the swing, do the dead stop swing. Get these 5 steps down, setting up. That'll give you a chance to practice that. Or what you can do is, you could do one swing, okay, set up, foot space away from the bell, abs engaged, hands down, check, check, engage your lats, set it down, all right, shake it out, set up, do like 5 reps of these, set up, hinge, abs, down, back brace. Okay, you can repeat that, do it again, put space away, all right, abs engaged, hinge down, check, check, engage your lats. Okay, you could practice that. Practice these 5 steps, because I'm telling you, if you do this, you're gonna get your swings down safely. You're gonna do them correctly. You're gonna automatically start programming, wiring that pattern into your nervous system, into your body, into your muscles. And then you're gonna be able to do swings consistently, safely, without injuring yourself, and without having the fear of, I'm gonna injure myself. I'm doing swings, I'm afraid I'm gonna hurt my back. You won't have that because you'll know how to do them right here with these 5 steps, okay? So those are my 5 steps. Rewatch this video. Rewatch it. Share it with someone who's doing swings and they're having some pain and injuries as well. Or you can, on the comments, you'll ask me some coaching. I'll coach you through some things and I'll direct you to another video maybe I have, or just answer one of your questions, coaching questions, KB tips below. But I want you to learn this kettlebell swing correctly because the swing is powerful. It's so effective in strength building, fat loss, just overall total body strength and athleticism. And it can help you make incredible leaps in your fitness goals, getting strong, getting fitter, burning 20, 30 pounds, whatever it is. But you want to do it safely. You can actually build a stronger lower back, posterior chain. It's called also core, legs, everything if you do it right. That's why I'm showing I'm making this video so you can do it correctly, okay? And speaking of the swing, once you start getting this down, once you start getting the swing correctly down, you know how to do it right. Okay, what do you do now? You practice it, but say you want to put into it, a quick workout or something. You want to get a quick short workout in, you want to do the swing, you have the swing down. That's why I made my 10-minute full body kettlebell workout. You can grab that in the comments, or KB10, and I'll shoot that over to you. It includes the swing and a couple other kettlebell exercises. And it's absolutely free, and I'll send that over to you, along with some instruction on the swing and some instruction videos that I made on all the exercises in that specific workout. 10 minutes is all you need. You can get a full body kettlebell workout. But first you want to learn the swing. So rewatch this video. Practice it. Ask questions. Share it with anyone you know needs to know this. So you can start doing strong, effective, and powerful kettlebell swings every single time. So you can stay consistent, which is key to getting to your goals one day at a time. Injury-free, just getting stronger, leaner, fitter, and better every single time, one day at a time, one swing at a time. All right, so thanks for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one right here. KB10 if you want that 10-minute free full body kettlebell workout below. Hey, I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Happy swinging, get after it. Keep shooting up for yourself, one day at a time, learning the skills, learning the kettlebell fundamentals, and training hard and getting after it. All right, train strong. See you in the next video. Enjoy the process.